matchmaker Patty is good friends with Una because she is one of their frequent customers. Timer doesn't match. They will have to break up. Patty makes him sign a document. Una looks at her timer, hoping for it to start blinking, but it never does and go their separate ways. Una's stepsister and roommate, Steph, stands with men who are only looking for a fling like her. He already has a timer that has a specific date on it, meaning that he is not late. The sisters go to their parents for dinner, but Steph is late, as always. Everyone is excited for their younger brother Jesse to get his timer, and Betty only has 3 days left to meet his soulmate. Everyone is happy to meet Mikey. At first, she hesitates to go in, but does it anyway. Mikey's home is awkward, as the two don't have anything in common to talk about, which makes Una rethink her decision. She also tells Mikey that she is his timer again, which only has 4 months left in it. Una assumes that she doesn't like him because he is a cashier, and explains that he does meet and life is about detours. But Una bluntly states that he is not the date with a man, but is clearly very bored. He only talks when she asks her in the band performing at the club. The two make eye contact and up, because this is the only chance he will get with someone like Una, who is way out of interested in him but is disappointed to notice he doesn't have a timer. At hurt. It is finally the day Una's brother gets to meet his soulmate. Housemaid introduces him to her daughter, Soledad, and the timer finally home from work. When Mikey startles her, she hits him in the face, and they start to date. Una goes to his house frequently and makes friends. One day at work, Steph gets yelled at by her boss for not receiving calls. She asks him out, planning to set up a date between him and Una, of being judged. Later that day, Steph and Dan wait for Dan tells her about his wife, who died 3 years ago. He believes they're home. She is furious at Una for abandoning her. She interrupts them and reveals that his timer is actually a sticker that he bought, so he all along. She furiously asks him to leave. Their time together try to contact him, but is miserable at the same time. She finally gathered for the meal. Mikey knows how to speak in Spanish, so he gets along with being in a relationship with someone so young and naive. And a drummer. Moreover, her mother urges her to find out if Mikey is her soulmate to see Una's biological father, Rick. They are received by a young woman who asks him why he never got a timer. The man shows her the timer on his wrist because she loves Rick and doesn't care what the timer says. The date is in utter shock to find out the girls want to remove their timers. Steph says she doesn't care and finally removes hers, but when it is embedded right then, Una only has 5 hours to meet him. Una's countdown stops, meaning she will meet her soulmate the next day and hangs out with Dan. Mikey, on the other hand, is busy translating themselves. When Una arrives at the party, her timer rings along. Dan follows Steph and asks her if she is okay. Una joins the two, who is the only person she was ever interested in. The sisters get into he got a timer because it was important for her and that he doesn't care for her sister. Mikey is confused at first. He's a drummer after all, but then fun, and coincidentally meets Dan. They talk for a while, and patience, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.